So I'm not going to do the regular intro that I normally do because of the subject matter of this video. I just don't feel that humor is appropriate. So this is a very serious topic. The reason I need to talk about this again, I've talked about it already quite a while ago, but our governments, especially in the Five Eyes nations, are making it very easy to engage in self-deletion. And the world is so messed up right now that it's very easy for someone to start thinking that way. So I feel this video is necessary right now to steer somebody away from going down that road. And this is not from a place of judgment. This is from a place of understanding fully what it's all about, as I have 7 attempts on my own life. Not exaggerating. And you might say, oh, well, you obviously didn't really mean to do it. I've even succeeded and had the near-death experience thing. I mean, flatlined in the hospital the whole bit to prove that I really was trying to do it. These weren't half-ass attempts. Some of them were foiled before I got to do them, or just as I started doing them, and then someone caught me. But 7 times I have tried to end my life. So I think that puts me in a place where I can say I understand. Definitely. Now, as I mentioned, the governments of Canada, UK is really digging into this now. It's going to happen in Australia, New Zealand, and the United States, and every other country in the world eventually. Here in Canada, we call it the MAID program, Medical Assistance in Dying. It's a Nazi program. Literally, I mean that 100% literally. It's modeled after what the Nazis did in World War II. Excuse me. The whole program is designed not only to end people's lives, but to give them the most horrifying death they can possibly have. Now, you would think they're giving you some drug and it's going to be peaceful and that's how they'll explain it to you. However, that's a lie. Remember how I always say in my videos, everything you've been told is a lie. That's a big one right there. They're not looking to give anybody a peaceful exit. The drug they are using, well, they use 2. One is a paralytic, I guess you call it, and it paralyzes you, makes you unable to move a muscle in your body. You're not able to do anything. You're not able to speak. You're not able to even move a finger. You are completely paralyzed. The other one drowns you slowly. Okay? They're using a drug that drowns you slowly and can take up to 24 hours to finish you off. And that whole entire time, you will be experiencing the same kind of experience as if you're drowning in a lake or the ocean or whatever. But you will be paralyzed, you'll be completely conscious, you'll be completely aware and able to feel everything. You just won't be able to speak or move or indicate in any way that you're suffering like this. That's the epitome of evil. That's literally what they're doing. Jordan Peterson did an interview with somebody about this drug. I knew there was something fishy about it, the way they were going on about how peaceful it was to use this drug. No, it isn't. It isn't. It's about the worst possible way you could end your life, actually. It is excruciatingly bad. It's a torture. It's not enough for them to actually take you out. They want you to suffer on the way out. I swear to you, this is all true that I'm telling you. Go ahead and look into it. Jordan Peterson got the goods on it. And the woman that he interviewed, she's trying to scream it to the world so no one else will go in this program or ever. Like, it's apparently very horrific. Like, extremely horrific. And 24 hours? Imagine that happening for 24 hours. A whole entire day of drowning slowly. It doesn't get any worse than that. It just doesn't. So please do not consider any of these legal government-assisted dying programs. Do not even consider them. They are absolutely evil. You might as well be saying, yeah, Adolf, go ahead and take me out, because they modeled it all right after his kind of stuff. Now, next I'm going to tell you this. There's one way in this world a human being can show their lack of gratitude to their Creator. It's to either take someone else's life or take their own. Person taking their own, oh, the Father gets real mad. He does. I promise you. I had a near-death experience in which some entity came and yelled and screamed at me and told me how upset the Father was at me for what I'd done. I'm not speculating on this. I know it to be true. Luckily, I was given a chance to redeem myself and to prove I'll never do that again and to show gratitude for my life. I've been given a chance to do so. And to, I don't know if I can ever fully get myself out of trouble for it. Probably not. There's probably going to be some sort of repercussions for what I did. 7 times, But I promise you, this is a situation you don't want to create for yourself. Maybe you're an atheist. Maybe you don't believe in anything like that. Well, that is up to you. But I can tell you for absolute certain that atheism is incorrect. You have a Creator. You have someone who made you. And He doesn't like it when you don't appreciate that and try to end your life. He will get more fiery and mad at you than you can even imagine in your own human brain. It's worse than you think. Now, then we have the absolute proof that most people change their mind. When someone goes down this road and attempts this, and somebody manages to stop them and save them, it's almost every time that before too long they change their mind and they're thanking that person, thank you for saving me, because I can't believe I was going to do that. I've totally changed my mind. I've got a new chance now, new chance at life. Pretty much everybody changes their mind. So if you succeed at what you're doing when you're going down this road, you're choosing a permanent solution to a temporary issue. Now, are there people who this might be the only chance to stop suffering and stuff? People with really severe terminal illnesses, and there's one case I know of. It was a guy who had migraine headaches every day for years, and his family gave him the blessing to end it. They couldn't stand to see him suffer anymore. They loved him, but if you really love somebody, you do not want to see them in the pain this guy was in every day of his life. No quality of life. There was nothing. And they tried everything to help him. There was no drug would fix it. There was no surgical procedure that would fix it. He was screwed. Now, it's always possible that somebody might have figured out his problem if he held on a little longer. But how long can you get him to hang on? A person can't take that after a while. So that I get. But most people who want to do this, it's because of emotional distress. It's not usually a physical thing. It can be. Sometimes it is. They have a real bad back. They can't even move without excruciating pain. And then they try the painkillers for a while, but then they get all strung out on those, and those take you to a horrifying place. Those take you right into the black hole. So I understand there are times when we don't make our pets suffer past a certain point. We take them and euthanize them. That's to be kind. It's not, that's the hardest thing in the world to do, to take your pet and euthanize it. Very difficult. That's one of the most difficult things in the world. But that's why we do it, because the suffering gets, it outweighs everything else. As someone who, I know people who have succeeded too, and are gone. As someone who has had so much experience in the world of self-deletion, both trying to myself and knowing other people who succeeded and did it, to see the effects on other people. This is why they say this is the most selfish act in the world. Unless you're like that guy suffering the migraines, I would say it is. I would say it's about the most selfish thing you can possibly do. If you have children and you do this, another proven fact, look at the statistics, your children are so much more likely to do the same thing. You've just increased the chances of your children self-deleting by this huge amount. It's crazy what it does to them. They think, oh, my dad did it. What the hell? Why the hell don't I do it then? Like, that's what I was risking when I was doing that stuff. And my poor mother and father, my mother was alive at the time and I was doing all that. Just wrecked her. Completely wrecked her whole psyche. Her whole sense of well-being was gone. I destroyed that by doing what I did. You can't pick a worse action. If you're doing it over emotional stuff, that will eventually pass, and it'll be, it's a temporary thing, and you recover from it. But if you successfully do this, the damage you're causing, those you leave behind, and I'm sure you've heard all this before, if you're one of the people that's considering it, I still have to try and talk you out of it. I just do. The Lord doesn't like self-deletion. I think the Lord is okay with humane things like the guy with the migraines. I'm sure even the Lord didn't expect him to endure that anymore. When I watched that video of him, it was the worst thing I've ever seen. It was literally the worst thing I ever saw. I get it if you're at that point. But if you're not, you gotta hang on. You gotta hang on. If you succeed, you won't even get to regret anything. And when you get to the afterlife, well, you'll get to regret it, because whatever happens in the afterlife, if you've self-deleted, I promise you, the wrath you're going to see when you cross over is not good. And remember, if you're even remotely considering one of these government-assisted Nazi programs, do not research the drug that they use. It's like drowning slowly, folks. It is the worst way to exit possible. And if you try it on your own, it's way more difficult to self-delete than you think. And it's quite possible that the Lord simply won't allow it. That was the case with me. He wouldn't allow it. He let me even die and then brought me back. I was gone for quite a while. He let me go that far so I could have the experience of raising it in my body and the whole bit. That all happened. I know all about what an NDE is, a near-death experience. And I pray that I just helped talk someone out of it with this video. May God bless you all. And if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know.